Hey everyone, let's say you have a compiled application that you've uploaded into your Git repository, and the problem now is that you have a different Git repository inside of your project and it doesn't show in your main repository. So let's say you have a mediastreamer.xamarin inside of your application as a folder, and you need to create it as a submodule. So this is a different Git repository. So the first step is to upload this repository into a separate repository if you haven't done that as well already. And let's say this is the folder of your Xamarin repository. So to upload your sub repository on GitHub, you first check the remotes that you have, like say Git Push to GitHub. Let's first save the changes. Let's say you've updated the changes. Now we can git push this submodule as a Git repository on your remote GitHub. Git push GitHub main. So now your repository is updated and all of the data is stored on the remote. So now you can just rename this with an underscore, and the things that you first need to exit all of the git bash so it doesn't block the folder, and now it's renamed. Now you can open the git bash anew, and now you will need to rm cached the Xamarin submodule. Alright, so now it's removed. Let's say we check the git status. It's now the submodule mediastreamer Xamarin is deleted, and we can now commit the changes. So let's say removed the submodule Xamarin, and now git push GitHub main. And this now will push it to the remote. So as you can see, there's no Xamarin submodule right now, but the next step is to git add a submodule, git sub module add, and we'll copy in the Xamarin repository here. Although, you know, I'd rename this probably to another repository because this is the name of how my project is displayed there. So yeah, so now it's a mediastreamer Xamarin, and now I'm adding a new model, submodule, into my main repository. I can also name it like whatever I want. Let's say mediastreamer Xamarin, although it's not necessary. You can just apply the command submodule add the remote. Well, let's try it like this. So now when your repository is created, it's now. So you know, this is not how it's supposed to be. This is now how it's supposed to be. I've probably mistyped the name, and now the mediastreamer Xamarin is modified. I don't really need this. I don't really want this. So I'll say git reset hard, and now git status. So yeah, this folder I can probably delete this, and let's say git submodule add, and the path of my repository. I won't be setting any folder name this time, just as it is. So yeah, and now let's check the git status. It now has my submodule, and I'm committing this with a message that Xamarin sub model added. So yep, and now I'm doing a remote v to check what remotes I have. It's a wrong command. It's not remove, it's remote v, and git remote push, git push github main. And now let's check our main repository for how it's going, how it's doing. Yep, it's updated, and I've added a Xamarin submodule to it. So now I have a submodule on GitHub inside of the main repository that I have, like a meta streamer. And I can reuse this repository, and it could have somehow different commits than my main repository. It's just a link to this repository, and they are completely different repositories with completely different histories. Probably. I'm not sure about that, but that's how it should work, I believe. There's also a web application that I'm not gonna share right now because it's not completed right now, but the major part of this project is already completed, and you can check this out by cloning it from my GitHub page. So please fork star, and good luck with your submodels. Have a nice day.